Welcome back, Trash Talking with the Old Heads. Appreciate you rejoining us. Please do not forget to hit that like and subscribe button. YouTube, Trash Talking with the Old Heads, Spotify, Apple Podcasts as well, and the Facebook page. Don't forget, please hit that like and subscribe button. Now, guys, we're going to jump into this NFL. Last night's exciting game. The Fighting Dan Campbells, the Detroit Lions,
Fight and dance.
bring home the victory. Or was it 34-31? Of course, Dan Campbell doing what Dan Campbell does, going for it on the fourth down. Jerry, what you think about the Lions' performance, bro? Are they the clear favorites to you? Did that prove
Oh,
it to you last night or no?
no, because you out there playing defense with no running, with no linebackers. You got safeties trying to play linebacker. They hurting.
They hurting.
They hurting on defense.
Yeah, they are.
They are hurting on defense. And last night was just a game where the offense was able to outlast the bad, the bad play of the defense. Because if you look at what the Packers did, Love didn't really ball out for real.
He did.
You know what I'm saying? The running game didn't really ball. What they have? 66 rushing yards from the lead back. I mean, they didn't really ball out. So yeah, the Lions are in trouble. The deeper they get into the playoffs, I believe they are in trouble. Yeah, we mentioned I mentioned it last night when we were talking that offensive line moves in unison. The game plan is good. We're gonna run. We're gonna throw over the top. That type of stuff is all that's well and good, but they don't have any more. They don't have balance anymore. They've lost their balance. They are completely without balance. Um, leaning on that rushing attack, going forward is something that they'll still be able to do. But your offense, your defense ain't gonna be able to get the other team's offense off the field. So the more you letting those other teams score, you gonna get bit by that. You're gonna get bit by that. So in the end, what I'm saying is I look forward to the Lions lioning. Last night they outlasted um, uh, uh, a Packers offense that really wasn't doing much, getting it close and then letting Jacobs run the scores in. Okay, all right, but down deep in the playoffs, yeah, the Lions in trouble, I think.
Greg, you agree with that assessment?
I don't think they in trouble. They, what I'm saying, they're gonna go as far as their offensive line. Because once, I think they missing the guard. Yeah, they missing Anzalone, but he should be back. They put him on injury reserve a few weeks ago. So if he's eligible to come back off of injury reserve, I think next week. DJ Reader and Aleem McNeil, that's their pieces. Now they get them back. That defensive line, even without them, that's who won the game. You mentioned it. The Packers didn't do much, but they scored 31 points. With all the injuries that they've suffered on the defense, they didn't put up whole lot of points. I mean, whole lot of offensive production. And that's because they gave the Packers problems up front with McNeil. McNeil played, but he was out the game early. DJ Reader missed the entire game. So when you're able to put pressure on the quarterback and keep Jacob had a lot of touchdowns. He had 3 touchdowns, right? But he only had like 60-some yards rushing. That's not, shutting the rushing team down, but that's holding them in check. What's his name? Quarterback Jordan Love only had a 200 and some yards pass, a little over 200 yards passing, 207, I believe. But they was able to get pressure. They got 7 QB hits, 1 sack. Not a lot of sacks. You look at the sack numbers, you ain't gonna say, oh, they dominated. But they got a lot of QB pressures. 7 hits, 1 sack, and forced a lot of throwaways from Jordan Love to keep their offense from getting in sync and getting in rhythm. And I think that's where they won the game. Dan Campbell gonna be Dan Campbell. But I am going to love the day that it bites him in the ass, because sometimes I think he does too much. There was one play call and I get it. They won the game with that. You know what I'm saying? That's a risk that you take. He's a swashbuckling, riverboat gambling son of a gun. You know what I'm saying? The team love it, and that's all you heard through the broadcast this morning in the sports media world. the locker room loves it. He believes in us. He's a player's coach. But at some point, that shit gonna bite you in the ass.
Every year.
And it almost bit him in the ass because anything can happen. You saw on the play where Jared Goff fell down. Now, had that been college, he'd have been down, turn the ball over. But it ain't college, I get it. But that offensive line, like I said, what carries them is that offensive line. You saw, even with the play being off schedule, they still was able to create a hole that David Montgomery was able to take advantage of and get through, and not barely. He got through it.
You don't even have to use that play. You can use when they went for it on 4th and didn't get it, and the Packers scored. The Packers took it from short field and scored.
About the Packers to me, like I thought their run defense actually played pretty well.
Yeah, they
you know what I'm saying?
did.
Montgomery had 14 carries for 51 yards. Jameer Gibbs 15 for 43.
Yeah,
the run
they
defense
held him
was
in
on
check.
point.
That's what
you know
you
what I'm
need
saying?
to do.
If you can stand up to the Lions D like that, run offense like that, you should win that game, dog. You know what I'm saying? To me, then it goes to Jordan Love on the other side.
He didn't make the plays he needed to make.
Yeah.
200-yard pass.
Yeah, 12 or 20, 206.
He's not good when you're talking about those 7 pressures. Yeah, he's not good
under pressure.
He's not
at
good
all.
Under pressure.
His mind goes like out the window, bro. Like
he go back to the mind of a backup. Quarterback, man for Aaron Rodgers is what he turns into. At this point in the season, since this is a good moment to look at it, is the Packers defense the best part of their team or the offense? Because we've talked about them in the past as a defense.
Josh Jacobs is the best part of their defense.
The best part of their running. I mean, the offense. Yeah, I agree.
Jacobs.
Josh Jacobs is having a good year, man. He really is. You know what I'm saying? He's having a real good
But he's
year.
only over 1,000. Like it's just something ain't there with that team.
Jordan Love.
Because he just reached 1,000 yards this past game.
It's Jordan.
Everybody,
Love.
Man, I told y'all. Everybody hyped him up.
I told y'all.
Games.
I said that.
I said that too. 9 games.
Same thing y'all did with C.J. Stroud.
I said 9 games is not a sample size of a dude who's been sitting on the bench for 3 years.
It wasn't even the 9 games. It was the fucking Cowboys. The annihilation of the Cowboys and how well they played.
Now that's what sent it to the stratosphere. Talking about MVP and shit. You know what I'm saying?
That's what put a lot of folks.
Greeny and all them on TV talking about he the MVP this year. Man, get the hell out of here.
That's TV and that's media hype. We can't be giving people props over beating the fucking Cowboys like ever.
Man,
we gotta stop doing that. We gotta stop doing that. Cause that don't mean shit.
That's some bullshit, man.
When you beat the Cowboys, it ain't meant nothing for years.
Man, shut your
shit.
Ass up, man.
It don't mean shit, G.
Get the fuck out of here.
He ain't wrong.
It ain't meant nothing.
He's not wrong.
It ain't meant nothing when you beat them. Nothing.
He's not wrong.
But the thing that slowed him early in the year,
it meant something for y'all monkey ass when y'all won. Barely.
Because you talk shit. Right, because you be talking shit. That's about you. That ain't about them so much. That's more about you.
You talk shit more than
y'all talk shit. We told
get the fuck out of here. That meant y'all was able to get to the fucking conference championship game. What do you mean it didn't mean shit?
We knew he was gonna beat y'all. It wasn't like y'all had a chance.
We always beat y'all.
Y'all didn't have a chance.
What do you mean we didn't have a chance?
Go ahead and start talking about how they came back in the game. Go ahead and act like that means. I don't mean that. We're not talking about the Cowboys.
Right.
But anyway,
yeah.
Jordan
What the fuck you mean? We could have won the game. It don't mean shit.
Jordan Love, you were saying?
What I'm saying about Jordan Love, he was slow at the beginning of the year because of the injuries, and he missed the rest
Debo
of the first
Samuels,
game.
Gay ass wearing ass. It's not. I'm definitely putting the Debo Samuels. Stroll through the damn parking lot.
Then he missed
on
a
the video.
Games. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing that slowed him. But he was 200 yards is pedestrian to me. 200 yards past. That's pedestrian in today's.
He didn't play bad though, guys.
No, he didn't throw
picks.
He didn't play bad.
He didn't play bad. And then your boy Watson fumbling that ball threw off one drive.
If you look at his QBR,
he pick every game.
He was in the 90s in the QBR.
Like 8 in a row, wasn't it?
Yeah.
His QBR was higher than Jared Goff's. Now we know, he had a 92 QBR, 111 passer rating. He was 12 of 20.
And that's why you had to watch the game, though, man. Sometimes that QBR shit be.
Hey, he didn't play bad. Man.
He didn't play a bad.
I know
game.
one thing.
It's just when he was under pressure. And again, that was their line versus because Jared Goff was they only had 3 QB hits on Jared Goff, 1 sack. Right?
And when he claimed,
so they doubled that in QB hits, pressures. And again, that's the Detroit Lions offensive line being able to keep Jared Goff clean, and the Green Bay Packers' inability to do the same.
The big thing from that game is it looked like Detroit will get to stay at home all the way through the playoffs. Yeah. That's the biggest thing for them.
It was loud as fucking.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They get to stay at home, play on that turf, don't have to go outside.
So what do you mean you're not impressed with the Lions, man?
All of that is well and good, but if they don't get some healthy linebackers back and get back balanced on defense, they gonna lion. It's gonna happen.
I only see one team in the NFC that can beat them for real.
The Eagles.
The Eagles. That's pretty much.
They will.
That's the only team I can see that can beat them.
They will. The Eagles' defense has improved. We've already said that. Saquon is a generational talent. They are giving him the ball. They are not leaving it in the decision making up to Jalen Hurts. His passing is limited. We're going to run. We're going to run till we bust a run, and we're going to win the game.
Yeah, and all the Dan Campbell shit is cute when you're 4 for 5, but when you get in the playoff game, that shit 1 for 5, it's going to be a whole different thing. It can be
4 for 5. Just like this play.
Yeah.
Imagine you know what I'm saying, they had a linebacker to get through that hole when the play got off
and took the ball from him, right.
Or Jared Goff fumbled that bitch. Right. You know what I'm saying? Falling down. Anything can happen on the plays when you can just go ahead and kick the field goal.
They called a perfect play. That's what that was.
We'll see, man. Like I said, you got to say they the favorites right now because everything got to look like it's got to go through Detroit. I think they own a lot of the tiebreakers and shit.
They gonna fuck up. They got to go to the Bills.
But they ought to be.
The Eagles went out. You know
but they gonna have to lose 2 for these. They were saying this morning for the Eagles to catch them, they had to lose like 2 games. I don't say.
But they ought to. The Lions are the Detroit Lions ought to be commended for this season.
Yeah,
because it's been a long time coming. You know, they've had some...
Especially after the way they lost that game last year when they had the lead to really bounce back and bring it right back and say, okay.
Right. And unfortunately, the defense is falling apart at the wrong time, and they lost Hutchinson, for the rest of the year. But they still been chucking along.
Yeah,
so
they have.
So we'll see.
And I say give Aaron Glenn some shine, please. They giving the white... See, you're going to say I'm prejudiced.
Come on, Ray.
They giving the white boy all the shine for the offense. Aaron Glenn gets no shine for the defense. That pisses me off real, real bad. Get that man his shine. He got that defense balling without his best players, and they still playing ball.
Still winning.
His name never comes up. Got
issue
issue
you're a black racist, man. Huh? You're a black racist. You done made a couple of racist statements around this.
That man just
I'm down for my people.
That man, that's what I was just about to say. That man just got black pride over there. Ain't that wrong?
Down for my people.
Black pride and black.
They go to see y'all boys in a few weeks, don't they?
They gonna beat us.
And that leads us into the bang bang reports.
Lord have mercy.
Debo, the barber beefcake.
And the demise of my beloved 49ers. That shit has started to correspond with them damn Debo outfits. Shit has just been going downhill ever since he started wearing
ass chaps. Shit. This man wearing ass chaps.
Zippers in the back and shit.
Like my boy said, you only put zippers in the back. You can't get them mugs down. Who they do for somebody?
Somebody else got to take them down. I was like, damn, Debo.
Do you see how he be walking though, man?
And
he be
crop
walking.
top puff jacket.
That man be walking like he left a Did It party, man. I'm telling you.
Anyway,
going into one.
This is a short segment this week, people. Basically, stick a fork in my boys. We done. You know what I'm saying? I've never been a proponent of tanking at all, ever.
But it's the best.
Tank this bitch out. Just tank it, dog. Sit everybody. Sit Trent. Sit him on down. You know what I'm saying? McCaffrey already got to sit down. Sit Brock. Just sit them all down, dog. Just sit there.
Kyle Shanahan, you raggedy bitch.
You shouldn't have wore that ugly ass vest and that damn cap earlier. You doomed them. You doomed them.
Why in the world would you play Christian McCaffrey in a snow game, knowing you got to wear longer cleats so that you can have some type of base under yourself. Knowing he got some knee issue, leg, lower extremity
He
problems.
ain't had no knee issues. That was Achilles. That ain't
Whatever,
got nothing to do with it.
whatever
He's
is
just
wrong.
light body. He's light body. He's injury prone. Admit it.
The dude had lower extremity problems this year. He got to put on some cleats. He got to put on cleats with longer spikes in them. You're gonna hurt yourself when you're not all the way well. And he had an injury, a non-contact injury, sticking that foot in the ground and went down immediately. That's poor, man. That's just poor. If we had done everything I said from the beginning of this season all the way up until now we couldn't excuse the injuries, but I think we'd be better off because if we had traded one of our receivers,
Debo.
I don't care which one.
I do, Debo.
If we had traded one of our receivers and got other pieces that we need, I think we would have been better off. But that didn't happen, and the season is going to ride. Too many injuries to overcome. We've been snake bit from the beginning, and now we got the same.
Just don't pile on it by making the same mistake every organization makes just because other teams are doing it. Go the Kirk Cousins route with Brock Purdy. I'm not paying you this offseason.
Yeah, he's not going. We're not going to pay him now.
I'm just not. I'm not paying you this offseason.
It's not. How many more years he got left on his contract?
One more after this year.
Yeah,
one more.
We're gonna offer him a contract.
Do what they should have done with that. Play that bitch out.
We're gonna offer him a contract, but it ain't gonna be a.
It shouldn't be $55 million.
Right, it's not gonna be that. We're gonna offer him
right. If you're gonna offer it now, it's gonna have to be that.
We're not gonna pay him that. We're not gonna offer. He hadn't earned that.
He's done more than Trevor Lawrence.
You're not gonna pay him what?
No, listen though, he's done more than Trevor Lawrence.
He gonna ask for that?
Right, he got to.
His agent is definitely gonna ask.
He's done more than Herbert. He's done more than Trevor Lawrence. How you gonna tell him no? What you gonna say?
They're not gonna offer him that. Okay. They're gonna offer him a fair deal based on his production this year.
You want
no.
That ain't how this work, bro. That's not how this work, bro. That's not how this works. That's how I want it to work, but that's not how this works.
Okay. I'm gonna tell you why this. I'm gonna tell you that.
Same thing y'all was telling me this summer when I was telling y'all Dak need to take a pay cut. He ain't finna do that.
I'm gonna tell you. Well,
he ain't finna do that.
Y'all just got a dumbass organization. But this is why I'm saying that. Who else is going to pay him that? There ain't nobody that watched Brock Purdy play this year going to be willing to pay him $55-60 million. The reason why Dak had that leverage is because Dak has more years behind him, and you can look at Dak's work and you can say he's better than this quarterback.
One of them damn teams. If y'all just let him go, somebody would.
The Raiders can't afford to miss on their next quarterback, so that ain't the only. The Raiders are definitely looking forward to the draft to get a quarterback.
One of those teams that don't get Shador. If you tell them Brock Purdy or some of these lower tier college quarterbacks, they're gonna say, "Give me Brock Purdy. What do you want?"
Nope. It's not gonna happen.
Of course it's not. They gonna pay his ass.
The quarterback market.
The Raiders,
Giants,
teams that matter.
The Raiders, Giants.
The Giants not
New
gonna
Orleans,
do it.
possibly.
Yeah, maybe.
The Giants not gonna do it because they can't miss on a quarterback. They still paying a quarterback, so they can't miss. Who else we said? The Saints.
But you keep saying can't miss. It's less than 50% on quarterbacks out the draft. So what are you saying?
The other.
How is he more of a risk than one of these college quarterbacks?
Okay. Let's describe Brock Purdy. Okay, he's a good quarterback on our team with great weapons.
So you saying what he been saying?
Exactly.
No, but
exactly.
But that don't see you knock him down saying the shit Nick Wright says without them he don't have to.
Yeah, it's the fucking truth.
Any quarterback without their weapons, any of them without their weapons.
I get all that, Jared, but when
look at Mahomes this year.
You're seeing him now.
But what I'm saying is with Kittles, Jennings was out there for some of the years. He couldn't raise it. Is what I'm saying.
It ain't like he playing with who got more.
Jordan Mason was balling.
Right. Who got more weapons now? Dallas or as it stands right now, even with McCaffrey gone, y'all still got more weapons.
Oh hell no, not without McCaffrey. Because Mason out too.
More
So-
weapons with.
Well, Mason out, but I'm just saying.
Oh,
If
you saying
had
before
Mason,
that? Okay. When Kittle was healthy, yeah, I'll say us.
Yeah.
With Kittle,
Kittle,
Debo, and
Debo,
Jawan Jennings was healthy.
Jawan Jennings, that is enough.
That should have been enough
That's
to
enough
win games.
Exactly.
That's my issue with Brock
Exactly.
Purdy this year.
Not this year. We could. It's not on. It's not. See, that's why I've been saying it's not on him because it's
And
our
then
defense. Our
I get you on
defense.
that, but the offense in the red zone,
Right.
shitty.
And this is what I've been
That's
having,
on Brock Purdy.
That's on.
And this is what
and the coach.
Thank
this
you.
is what
That's
I've had
on
a problem
Kyle
with when
Shanahan.
people have this conversation. They just talk about only the Pro Bowlers that was on the offensive side. Football is a team game. It's a total team game. Y'all had probably, if you look at the defensive rankings over the last 2 or 3 years, San Francisco was 1 or 2.
Yep.
Well,
So-
not last year because old boy, but we got
but-
better toward the end of the year.
Yeah, but you wasn't
But
going
the last
to do
4
any-
years, we wasn't going. You wasn't going
you
far
weren't
down
coming
that
into
list.
San Francisco and
No.
getting what you wanted.
Yep. We had.
You was gonna have
we
to-
had goal line stands at least.
You was
at least
you
two
was
or
gonna
three
have to
every
beat
year.
that defense. You weren't finna get nothing cheap. Everything was gonna
Right.
be
We
earned.
Came in lacking on defense because we had hurt
Exactly.
players.
So when you have a defense that makes the offense, you don't have to do much. There is something to be said about a defense, an offense that can rely on the defense to keep the score close. They ain't got to worry about having to go outside of themselves and throw the ball. They can run their plays
but see-
all game long. They don't have to get outside of,
Right.
okay, we're going to be in 3rd and 20s a lot, or we're going to be in passing. We're going to have to be in hurry up a lot, or we got to get away from our running game because they always within their game plan. They never had to get out of it. And that was because of the defense. And the defense was able to do what they had to do was because the offense was efficient too. So they didn't have to do unnecessary rush more than 4 people, which they didn't have to anyway. Y'all never had the blitz.
Never.
Never really had the blitz. You can get pressure with 4 folks and have great linebacker play
this is true.
and strategic secondary play.
It's gonna always stop the run.
So Brock Purdy benefited from all of that. He benefited from having McCaffrey. He benefited from having a what they call them a Swiss Army knife in Debo, with an offensive line with Trent Williams, with a Pro Bowl tight end, with a up and coming
We did
great route running wide receiver,
We did
and a
not-
wide receiver that can get deep.
We did not need him to. We've never needed him to raise our team. We never
Exactly.
needed him to do that.
So, and they paying quarterbacks, and we talked about this a couple weeks ago. They paying quarterbacks who are dependent,
Right.
team
like
dependent,
they're carrying team.
like their carrying team,
Right.
Like they Josh
That's the
Allen or
problem.
Holmes, and
That
that's
is
the
the
money that
problem.
he gonna be. He might not be looking for that type of money, but he gonna be looking for just a little bit below it.
Right. He looking for 55 million.
When he should be in the 40 million range.
When he should be down there with Daniel Jones. Maybe above then. I'll give him like
Mark my
somewhere
word.
between 45 and 50.
I don't even.
No, we're not even. I don't
Listen,
even
if
think
y'all
we're gonna
had
be in
Daniel
that.
Jones, y'all would because you got a better runner. Y'all would be all right.
See what you thinking? This man gonna take less than
Y'all
50
be
million.
probably the same.
So he thinking he gonna take less than 50
Be
million
the
dollars.
same. Daniel
It's
Jones,
not gonna
Brock
happen.
Purdy,
It's
they're the
going
same
to.
quarterback.
He's not gonna take less than $50 million. No, he is not.
Yes, sir.
No, he will
He's
not.
First of all, our first offer is not going to be no $50 million because it ain't nobody else out there going to be willing to pay Brock Purdy $50 million off of this season. It's not going to happen, man. Not the Saints, not the Giants, not the Raiders.
Who else? Who else in the quarterback market? The Jets, maybe.
The Jets might because they got weapons.
Yeah.
So that's one. Because it looked like Aaron
So look at
Rodgers
this.
going to be out of
But don't you look at this though. Of course, Dak is at 60. Joe Burrow 55. Jordan Love 55. Trevor Lawrence 55. Tua 53. Jared Goff 53. Herbert 52.
And they was even saying
Lamar
give Tua
52.
money.
Right. Jalen Hurts 51. Kyler Murray 46. So that's where the break happens between the 50.
He gonna be in between 46
He's
and
gonna
55
get.
at
He's
least.
gonna be up there with goddamn Tua, and he's gonna be in that range, dog. I'm
Hold on,
sorry.
Go start at Kyler Murray and go up.
Go up. Kyler Moore, this is just average salary. 46. Jalen Hurts 51. Lamar Jackson 52. Herbert 52.5. Goff 53. Tua 53.1. Trevor, 55. Jordan Love, 55.
Okay, now-
Joe Burrow, 55. Dak Prescott, 60.
Okay, now
And he and
hold on,
him and Goff probably in the same situation.
Hold up. Now start at Dak. It's crazy. Dak the highest paid quarterback. That's ridiculous.
That's stupid. But we talked about that.
That's where I'm going.
We ain't talking about stupid.
Now go down that list.
Listen,
and tell me the mistakes.
But again, teams are making that.
That's our point, though. They're making that same mistake.
They're making that mistake every time. But because
Dak, to me, Dak's a mistake.
Before Dak,
Trevor's a mistake.
Cousins?
Tua's a mistake.
What Kirk Cousins?
Highest paid, right?
Thank you.
Kirk
Tua mistake.
Tua was highest paid.
Wait.
The question is,
Kirk,
in your opinion, is Jared Goff? Is Jared Goff?
Because
I'm with you,
Kirk
G.
got with the
Because I'm with you. He's like Jared Goff. Is Jared Goff a mistake at 53? Is Jared Goff a mistake at
Answer that
53?
question.
Hold on, go say what?
Jared Goff is at 53. Is he a mistake?
No.
Because if he's not, then you got to pay Brock 53. They the same dude. They've done the same thing.
The same dude.
Lost the Super
same
Bowl.
dude.
They've done the same thing. And Brock played better in the Super Bowl he played in.
Exactly.
It'll be under 50.
They the same dude.
They the same dude.
Same dude.
They the same caliber quarterback.
Brock got more mobility than
Right.
My point is still alive. The Lions are fucking what? How many games they've lost?
one game.
One fucking game. So
that's one season, though, Jerry.
That's all we going
Brock
by.
beat him last year.
They're not going by one season.
They're going to go by
No, they are not. No, they are not.
The 49ers are, but
unless he got unless he got a dumbass agent, the worst agent in the history of football.
His agent ain't.
That's not gonna happen.
He's not gonna get paid more
because his agent gonna be like, look, we had this person hurt.
I've been to 3 NFC Championship games and a Super Bowl.
And we lost in overtime.
I know it's gonna be 55 plus.
Who's on the golf? So it was 3. You named 3 quarterbacks.
And the money escalated.
Justin Herbert.
They gonna be asking
a mistake to me.
So you saying they gonna go in there asking
Herbert
for
ain't
50
a mistake?
million.
How you gonna say it's a mistake?
Justin Herbert's not a mistake. Justin Herbert had terrible coaching, and now he got a good coach, and they winning. So he's not. You can't list him as a mistake.
They're not gonna look at that. They're gonna compare
who's
Brock Purdy's stats.
Hold on, let's finish.
And
I want to finish.
And the team's accomplishments.
Not a mistake.
Jalen Hurts.
Not a mistake.
Kyler Murray.
A mistake. So 4 of those teams out of how many?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Okay. So 4 of those fucking teams made a mistake, right? Now we go into the team.
But see, the other two, we thinking they not. You said you don't think Herbert's a mistake. You don't think Jordan Love's a mistake. We don't know that yet.
Herbert's not a mistake.
We don't know that yet. He ain't won shit.
He had won because why hadn't he won? Why hadn't Herbert won?
But part of it is him.
Right.
Oh, Lord.
His receivers, at one point, he had one of the best receiver corners.
Right. What are we talking about?
And they were never healthy.
He had Keenan Allen.
Never
he
healthy.
had Mike Williams.
Never healthy.
They were healthy at some point.
They weren't. They wasn't.
And Austin Eckler was balling at the time.
And Austin Eckler was balling.
This motherfucker was never healthy.
Man, get out of here, Jerry. You tripping.
Never healthy. He never had his full
Brock Purdy will be somewhere between Jared Goff and Dak Prescott.
And then he didn't have a running game, all of that type of
stuff.
If they pay him this offseason, he will be between Jared Goff and Dak Prescott somewhere.
No, he won't.
Okay. Guaranteed. I guarantee you.
Guarantee he won't.
All right.
I guarantee you.
Bet right now.
I guarantee
So what you saying they gonna do?
Put dinner on it right now.
They gonna franchise tag him? Because they ain't got to franchise tag him this year. They can let him play that out.
Let him play it out.
They gonna franchise him next year.
But if he's smart, he ain't coming to count.
If the 49ers are the Cowboys, they would do that dumbass shit.
No, we definitely not gonna do nothing they did. What we gonna do
is let him ride it out.
But we're gonna.
I don't think they will though. But I will.
We're going to.
I think they're going to.
We're going to offer him an extension.
Give him the $55 million.
We're not.
Give him 57.
Number one, we
give him
57 million.
Getting it, dog.
The bigger question is,
and I'm gonna tell you another reason he's getting it. Shanahan is brilliant, dog. He knows this quarterback is tied to him. You know what I'm saying? It keeps his job security in line. Who the fuck else gonna come in there and make Brock Purdy work without that system?
We are not.
How is it gonna work? It's not gonna work.
We're not gonna offer him.
Okay. I'll put a dinner on that.
Now you done
I'll
came
put
to
a
my
dinner on
side
that.
of the equation. You
damn right. I'm there. I'm there, dog.
I told y'all, man.
I'm all the way over
He's
there.
not gonna get 55.
I've seen enough off this year.
This is a
He could not
system
elevate him.
quarterback.
He can't elevate the roster.
Is a system quarterback.
The roster's not
If
so
y'all
bad
had
where we
Daniel
should have
Jones, y'all
5
would be the
goddamn
same.
victories. We shouldn't have
He's
5
higher
wins.
than a system quarterback.
Man, get the fuck out of here, Jerry.
He's a game
Manager.
Plus.
System quarterback.
That's
Right.
better than a system quarterback.
No, he's a system quarterback.
Game manager.
He fits well in y'all system.
Game manager. He's better than a system quarterback.
You put him.
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen,
The
Yeah.
better
San
question is
Francisco 49ers
Need to be
are
tanking.
done.
Period. Point blank.
fork. What a fork.
Fork him.
We need the fork.
Our best option for the rest
We
of
need
this
them
season
forks.
is not to play Trent.
That's
to
what
play
I've been saying. Just
McCaffrey,
sit them down.
Not
dog.
to
Just
play
sit 'em
any
down.
of those players.
down.
I told y'all before.
Right.
But do not do what the Cowboys are doing. Don't try to be no heroes and win no fucking game.
Ain't nobody trying
Just
to be no
fucking
hero. We
lose the
just
game.
been. We are
Just
just
lose the
playing the games as they are too. We got to play. You can't just. What kind of integrity do you have as a man that you just gonna go in there and intentionally lose?
What's the next thing? We ain't talking about the Cowboys. I swear to God.
Yes, the fuck we
We
is.
not
We talking about
the
y'all
Cowboys.
ass
Let's go, man.
team
Let's
and
go.
Debo wearing ass.
Let's get to this money, man.
Hold on, let me finish.
No, man, we not talking about the
I ain't talking about the
We
Cowboys.
said
I'm
weeks
talking about-
ago we weren't talking about them no
I'm
more.
talking about Christian McCaffrey
Okay.
and his inability to stay healthy.
Okay, he hurt. He had
All
to
right, he
year.
hurt. He out.
He
Okay, our
stays
season
hurt.
Over.
He stays hurt.
Our season.
So
over.
y'all fine with that?
No, he
fine with that?
He doesn't stay.
He stay hurt.
They paid
Okay.
him. They paid him already. We got to be fine with it.
Start. No, you can only talk about San Francisco 40. We don't need to talk about what
Okay, since he been in San Francisco, chest rib sprain, pull,
Okay, cool.
leg cap strain,
Cool.
Achilles sprain,
He only
knee, MCL.
he was only missing 1 and 2 games.
Yeah, I'm about to say, till this year he with us, he
dog.
wasn't missing no games.
Hey, thank
Listen.
you.
He wasn't missing no games.
Hey,
Thank you.
Till this
Hey,
year, he wasn't missing no games.
I don't
Exactly.
give a he just didn't. It just don't start.
I mean,
this
goddamn
year.
game Dak
It
to
just don't
miss.
start.
Y'all
this year.
paying his ass $60 million.
Yeah.
What the fuck we talking
Dak
about?
hurt. What are you-
Twice. This is the second time he
Dak-
been hurt. What the
he
hell are we
been
talking
hurt.
about?
This is the third time he been hurt.
Right. So what are we talking about? And
I'm
y'all
just
still
saying.
paying his ass. So
I'm just talking about McCaffrey. Since we on the bang bang report, y'all won't talk about that, huh? One somebody told me that McCaffrey was better than Derrick Henry.
healthy he is.
Bullshit.
Me? When healthy, he's a better overall running back than King Henry.
Stop your madness.
It's true.
Stop your madness.
It's
He's not.
Because
true.
he catching around.
You're right. It's true.
He's
That's
a
what he's
better
saying.
catcher.
He's
but
a better
not
overall
runner.
running back when
No,
he's
not.
healthy.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
No, he's not.
Derrick Henry can't even be on the field.
Right. Thank you. On third down, he's not even on the damn field.
That's the coach's decision.
fucking
he can
two
catch the
down
ball.
running back. Fucking
can
two
catch
down
the
ass
ball.
running back.
What do you mean he can't be on the field? That's the coach's decision.
He can catch the ball.
Opposite of Walter Payton.
When it's a super surprise
If you got a
element,
team,
when it's a super surprise element, that's the only
Right.
time they
Hey,
throw
And
it.
these are
Surprise
smart.
element.
And look at this. 2 smart coaches, Vrabel and old boy now. So they got to know something. Why the fuck he ain't on the field? Because he can't fucking catch.
The element
He
of
can
surprise.
catch.
That's the only time
He can't
it's gonna
fucking
get
catch.
thrown
He can
to him.
catch.
When it's
Like I
the
said,
element of
He just don't
overall,
run routes.
as an overall
He
running
don't
back,
run routes.
when
He's not
healthy,
a wide receiver.
he's a
Christian
better
McCaffrey
running
is a
back.
better wide receiver.
He's
but
a better
not
overall running back.
Okay, well, who got the most yards?
Period.
Who got the most yards?
Period.
Who got the most yards?
Of course, health comes into that.
That's what
Y'all know that.
If you,
Y'all
can't
know that.
if you can't withstand the pain, then you shouldn't be a running back. His ass need to be a fucking wide receiver then. If you can't withstand
Man, we
the
gotta
pain,
move on to
let's
cash
go,
talk,
This
man.
man is-
so I can make these people some
Derrick
money,
Henry
man.
is a Hall of Fame running back right now.
that's just the Alabama fan.
Ain't no Alabama
Let's go, man.
shit. He the
Cash
best running
talk.
back in the league.
Let's get to this cash talk
he ain't
where I
saying
help
what
you
it
make
is.
this money by picking these 3 winners for this week. I got 3 winners on deck. I already bet them myself, so I know they're going to hit. First one, give me the Titans over the concussed ass Trevor Lawrence-less Jaguars -3. I got the Titans. Al-Shair.
Elon Musk today.
Nice
He was
hit, baby.
Racist with no empathy today.
Nice hit, baby.
He is
Nice
Elon
hit,
Musk.
baby.
Oh, I'm jumping on that.
Nice hit, baby. Get your ass on the ground.
Don't
If
let
you-
Mac Jones stain your ass.
that damn pea shooter ass arm. Never that.
your
Give me the
ass off the
Titans
thing.
-3
Get your ass off the thing.
all day long. I'm taking that.
I'm jumping on that too.
Second, Seahawks, Cardinals. Give me the Seahawks plus the 3 points, man. Everybody done bought into damn Kyler Murray is still fucking Kyler Murray. End of the year.
Gimmick.
End of the year.
Quarterback.
What happens? He gets tired of shit every year. Either gets hurt or start playing like shit.
Too short.
Same
man.
thing this year.
Too short, man.
Too short, too little.
Back up.
Give me the Seahawks. Geno, actually, at times he can play pretty damn well. I don't trust his ass either. But with 3 points, give me Seattle. I think they the better.
Kyler Murray said, blow the whistle. Blow the whistle.
Get your ass on the ground. Get your ass on the ground. And last, this one hurts me to have to do it.
You don't want to do it.
I don't want to do it. But see, I take emotions out of my betting.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
You ain't did it. You
I
ain't
take
do it a
emotions
few
out
weeks
of my
ago
betting.
when I told your
I
ass.
take emotions out of my betting, dog. Give me the Bears plus the 3.5 at my Niners, man.
Are we holding players out this week?
Do y'all win the game?
We don't have. Hell no. We ain't got Mason.
I don't think so.
We don't have Mason.
Y'all got Corrindo.
Garindo.
We'll
Some
have
dude they
Mason.
just got off somebody practice squad somewhere.
Y'all got Brock Purdy.
So Debo is our only
Brock
receiver.
Purdy, baby.
Jennings playing.
The fighting Brock
They
Purdy.
say he iffy. For
Kittle's
this week.
out.
Kittles is out again.
The fighting Brock Purdy's,
We
man.
gonna lose.
We probably lose.
The fighting Brock
And the
Purdy.
defense, for some reason, I can't fucking
Hold on,
tackle.
man. Listen, this your $60 million quarterback, man.
No,
He can't get it done.
No, you don't.
Bears plus
With ass Chap
3.5
McGee.
at the 49ers. I think the Bears, I'm with you. I think the Bears can win this game outright, honestly.
Because
This man
they've
wore ass
almost won
chaps.
like the last three.
And their
games
defense
they
is
played.
good enough with our depleted offense. And
They
without
don't have
Trent.
nothing off on either side of the ball right
Give me
now.
the Bears plus 3.5, Seahawks plus 3, Titans minus 3.
Say it again. Run through.
And remember,
Titans minus 3 versus the Jags, winner. Seahawks plus 3 versus the Cardinals, winner. Bears plus 3.5 versus the 49ers.
They want to bet bet individually or parlay it. Put it on the parlay sheet.
Like I always say about parlays, man, parlays really are for suckers, for real. But they get you paid if you happen to get lucky. You know what I'm saying?
No risk, high reward.
Right. I'll do a $5 12 team to try to win $4,000. You know, it's worth the risk for $5. But when I'm really trying to win money, my bets are individual. I'd rather put more on an individual game than I would
and remember
$50 on a 7-team parlay. You know what I'm saying? I might as well just put $200 on one game that I really feel good about. That's just me. You know what
and
I'm saying?
remember, we're not telling you what
to
bet
bet
on. These are his bets.
If you cannot pay your rent,
don't do
your
it.
mortgage, your car note,
don't do it.
Or your girl costs money where you know every week you got to get her hair and nails and shit done.
We got to put that in the show too, dog. We got to talk about these women out here talking about, you know what I'm saying?
We have a special show. We said we're going to do one on the new year, a special relationship show. We're going to do a relationship show, dog. Yeah, that's the first time we telling you, but we doing a relationship show.
We are going to do a
special episode. We're going to do it, dog. You know what I'm saying? And we got perspectives. You know what I'm saying? Been married. I know you've been married a long time, G. Yeah. I have too. You were married.
10 years this May.
Is it really?
10 years this May.
It'll be 20 years in June for me.
You've been married a long time.
20 years in June.
You've been married since high school. Ain't you?
Yeah. High school sweetheart.
20 years in
how
June.
old he is, though.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? 20 years in June. But yeah, we're going to do a relationship show because these women out here, some of them be getting out of hand. Dog.
Out of hand.
Out of hand. But yeah, that's the winners for this week, man. Make sure you put those bets in. Again, bet responsibly. We're not telling you to bet, but if you got the money to do it and like having fun with it like I do, bet responsibly. You know what I'm saying? All right, NBA. We got to talk NBA.
Let's do it.
Y'all want to start with something positive or something negative?
Let's go with the positive, man.
All right, let's do that.
Let's not be haters.
We'll hate later then. Stock up. Or we'll tell truth later. Jared don't like to say hate. We'll do truth later. Hey, man, I thought we say what the hell we want to say around here. Though.
Yeah, that man know he hate him some LeBron. That man know he hate him some LeBron. We gonna talk about it.
But so far, let's go surprises for this year. Teams that are stock are up for you and you're pleasantly surprised with their performance. Jerry, who you got?
The Houston Rockets.
You was on last night without
Steph and without Dre.
They did take a L last night, but the Houston Rockets are.
But you've been on them since the beginning of the year.
Yeah. They 15-8. They second in the West. That's incredible. And you got to give all the credit to Celtic Pride, ex-coach Ime Udoka, who couldn't keep it in his pants.
Mr. Beat the executive wife down.
Who had to get that strange, and got his ass kicked out of Boston.
How you cheat on Nia Long, dog?
Man, and that's part of the relationship show because they all got a little crazy in them. Dog.
They all
We
got a
talked
little
about that,
crazy.
dog.
They
We
all-
already talked about that, dog. They all got a little crazy in them, dog. I don't care
Nia
what you
Long,
say.
though, man.
She got crazy in her. She look crazy. She got a little
Look like
crazy in her. She look like the second nigga to hell. You know what I'm saying?
Not Nia, dog.
Shit.
I love you, Neil.
You
but,
think about that goddamn movie and shit. Love Joan, nigga.
I didn't even watch that shit.
what?
I ain't watched
That's a
it.
classic.
I heard, man. I've seen bits and pieces of it.
You gotta take.
I gotta go. Watch it.
You gotta.
I've seen it recently and it didn't hit me the same way, but back then it was classic. You know
I'll
what
go
I'm
back
saying?
and watch
Take
it,
some
man.
take some points off your black card.
Yeah,
but,
you got to watch that, though.
But the Houston Rockets, Ime Udoka has them playing somewhat cohesively.
Yeah.
The problem with the team, even at number 2, is they're still not they're still not a great defensive team. And the young offense, the young
team leader.
right. That's that's hit or miss with Green being your leading scorer.
Inefficient as hell.
But he's not the best player. He's not the best player.
Who's gonna say who's Sengun?
Yeah, Sengun is the best player. He's the best player. He's putting up all-star numbers again this year.
Below the rim guy.
I look
all day.
And my only issue with the team right now is the underproduction of Jabari Smith, the power forward.
Yeah, we talked about that.
They've made him some kind of way the best defender on the team. They put him on some of the best scorers, even though he's playing the 4. He plays some wing defense too as well. But his offense, all his numbers are down from last year except for free throws, and that's not good. That has to be attributed to more shots with Green putting it up. Although he's averaging 20-some points a game, he's hurting the rest of the offense when it comes to Jabari Smith. And then you got Sengun, who kind of plays out on the perimeter a little bit, attacking from the high post. He can attack from the 3-point line if he got a dumb center on him or whatever. So that kind of takes away from his game. So he kind of get lost in the sauce. But to have them at 2 in the West, and we all know that's the best, most competitive conference.
But the thing is, he has improved their defense, though. They're third. They're third.
That's fake.
I'm saying points per game. That ain't fake. 106 points per game. That's not fake. They play defense. You know what I'm saying? They play hard every night on defense. You know what I'm saying?
Let it play. Now he's always gonna
right.
coach
They're all right. They're right.
He's always going to coach a defensive focus. But the reason why I say it's fake and it's gonna fall as we get deeper into the season is because those players are not defensive players. Van Vliet plays defense.
I was about to say
Sengun,
plays
no.
defense.
Jabari, yes. Jalen, no. And then they do have Brooks. That's his only job to go.
That's his identity. He tried to give him some defensive identity. You know
but he can't anchor that. He can't anchor that defense forever. Just like he couldn't anchor the defense forever for the Grizzlies. So I
get what you're saying that it may fall, but like I said, they second in shooting defense. They only giving up 43.3 from the field, so they're playing defense. My issue is the inconsistency of Jalen Green. That to me is their downfall. Yeah. He takes too many bad shots. Still, this far into his career,
you can't rein him in.
You
can't rein him in.
He just takes too many bad shots for me, man. You know what I'm saying?
The understory is that he's going to be the odd man out when it comes time for his next contract offer.
You think so?
That's the undercard. They rather have somebody else in there.
Ooh, I don't think they can give up on him.
Who that would be, I don't know.
Yeah, you better have a better option.
You got to think about it. His, he's inconsistent, right? He's a high volume shooter, and he's an undersized. He's one of those undersized too. You already got an undersized point guard. So he's an undersized too. So you already going in.
He already got the next bag though. He signed a 3-year, $105 million deal. So he got the next bag already.
Oh, so that just means
he signed through.
So that means he's gonna be easier.
He's signed through 26, 27, and has a player option for 27.
He's gonna be. That means he's one of those players that's easier to move.
So he's under contract. But again, about $33 million a year.
Them being high up in D, I'm telling you, that's definitely gonna tail off because they do not have enough defensive personnel to stay that high defensively, in my opinion.
I feel you.
Brooks can't just, Brooks is not that type of dude. It's just gonna anchor your You know what I'm saying? It's
Right.
gonna keep like
Right.
that. I just don't see that happening. That's just not realistic, especially with Dallas getting back healthy. You got Memphis, who's healthy and coming back up. They got all their pieces. I expect Golden State and the Clippers to continue to fall down, and I do expect Denver and Minnesota at some point to come up. So I said at the beginning of the year I expect them to be within that 5 and 6 range, and I think that's where they'll fall to.
G,
But
who you
a
got?
great season so far.
So we got Houston. Who you got?
So I'm gonna go a little bit different. I know that we had the Bucks as one of the top teams in the not only in the East but in the entire NBA. They started out pretty slow, right? They started the season. They was 4-9. Went on a 7-game win streak. Lost recently to Atlanta, who's also streaking. About to get Middleton back.
Against my Celtics,
Which will put Bob. I think the biggest thing about the Bucks is they was able to come from the bottom in their defensive rating or defensive points per games to the middle of the pack. Same thing for offensively. Their point differential has gone up from in the negatives to they're now in the plus on the plus side. But being able to get Chris Middleton back will put them, if he gets 80% of his effectiveness. If he gets to 80 to 85% of his previous effectiveness, and when I say previous, not last year, I'm talking about the year they won the title, when he was the closer. And y'all got pissed because I said he was the fucking closer.
I didn't get pissed.
we didn't get.
Yeah, it was a lot of folks got pissed.
No.
I didn't like it. I just admit I didn't like it.
No.
Why?
Ain't no
I
need-
didn't mind.
I was about to say ain't no need to explain it.
Why?
The reason I didn't like it because Giannis as their best player, right? Giannis as their best player. You're talking about only a couple of games that season because you're only talking about one particular season where he was given the opportunity. They started giving Middleton the opportunity to try to. Yeah.
I don't know.
He ain't been. Man, ain't nobody called that man no closer his entire time he was at that.
Because they weren't playing meaningful games that anybody was watching.
What you mean? Ever since this dude has been an all-star, they've been
not for titles. It takes it to a different level when you playing for championships.
That's what we're talking about.
That's what we're
we
talking
ain't talking about.
We're not talking about no damn regular season games. Don't nobody care about no regular season games in the NBA.
We're talking about the playoffs.
Don't know. I didn't even really watch a lot of NBA games like that. You know what I'm saying? We do, but most people ain't even watching during the regular season like we do.
And where
he had a couple of moments in the playoffs. They went to him as the player.
Because Giannis' game is still the same today as it was 4 years ago.
It was because he can shoot the ball,
right?
And
Giannis
he's
can't.
a better free throw shooter,
right? And Giannis can't.
That's why.
That's why he's the closer. You just explained it.
Why.
Right, you just explained it.
It don't matter why.
You explained it to yourself.
Answer
you just talked like, damn, you just talked yourself into it.
Answer me this. Who closed the deal in the finals when they won the championship? Game 6. Who closed it?
Oh,
who closed the deal?
Giannis with that 50 piece, no doubt.
He had a 50 piece.
Had that 50 piece, no doubt. He was rolling. Ain't no doubt about that.
One free throw that game.
He was rolling.
No doubt about that. He was rolling.
But
that game.
He was rolling.
It's
been downhill ever since.
So would that be fair for us to say that Steve Kerr was the closer when he hit the game-winning shot against or John Paxson in '93?
Why would you?
When they went to exactly. I mean, I know that it's not apples and oranges. I mean, it's not apples to apples, but I'm just saying, he had a fantastic
and
game.
And my thing is, even
but I'm just talking about
what he explained about the Bucks last week or whatever. They're a middling-ass team without Middleton. Why is that?
Without a healthy Middleton.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
They have not approached
without their closer.
They have not approached that level of success
since he's been unhealthy.
This team.
That's all I'm saying.
This team has had to overcome.
Oh shit! Here we go.
Injuries.
Here we
as
go.
well as
here we go.
Playing style within.
Now they did have an injury.
They had to have some real conversations. They had to have some real conversations and get some stuff started. It was not I told y'all before Doc even went to the media and said this, I told y'all that there was an issue with Giannis's playing style is not to dish when he has the ball as the lead, as the play initiator. That's not his job. He can over penetrate and kick out of trouble, but he's not a facilitator.
But we all know that. We've been watching Giannis for 7 years.
Doc is okay,
he's the same player.
But he has to overcome that with a new superstar teammate on his squad. He has to overcome that and become more of a table setter when he has the ball and Dame does not. And that is something that they are learning to do. And just last week, Doc was in the media talking about how much we undervalue Giannis's ability to pass, because now he's trying to speak that into him. And that's been one of the biggest differences. Defensively, they're going to always have trouble because Dame can't guard a cemetery. They're going to always have that.
That's what you count on. They in trouble.
Yeah. He's a terrible
You count on Giannis facilitating the offense, they're going to be in trouble.
I don't think the defense is going to get better because Chris Middleton ain't going to help them.
I don't either.
So what now?
The Chris Middleton not going to help them.
I don't think
not
so.
going to help what?
This version of Chris Middleton is not going to help them defensively. I'm sorry.
We're going to have to wait and see. And this is some information I've had for weeks. I just haven't mentioned it because some of y'all going to like it. Chris Middleton had the same surgeries that Darren Williams had when Darren Williams' career was over. He had double ankle surgery and was never able to come back from it. And it's the same exact surgery. So history is not on Chris Middleton's side, being able to come back and be as effective as
I don't think he'll ever be that 18 to 21 point kind of scorer.
They don't need him to be 8.
So maybe he can get you 10 to 12.
They need him at that range.
12 to 14 as well. They need
being able to shoot off
but
that won't be my point is now with Giannis, for me, it's just like LeBron. It's about championships. Either you winning the title or you ain't doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? Or you just wasting time at this point. And to me, he's just going to be wasting time because they're not going to win. Period. They're not going to win a championship.
If he's healthy,
they still ain't going to win.
Because usually, like Perkins was saying, usually you come back against a lesser team. You know what I'm saying, to get your feet back wet. But maybe this is a sign that he's been playing. And that he's ready because his first game back is Boston. That's a tough game. So he's going to help. Whether he can move or not, he can help the team defensively because he's a defensive-minded player. He has a defensive pedigree, so to speak. So if he's healthy, he can help them defensively, so to speak, in that area just by knowing where to be and knowing where other people are supposed to be. And then definitely helping stretch the floor, which opens up more for Dame as well as the Greek Freak.
Who you got?
Right. Oh, I got the Magic, man. And really, they're 16-8, which I'm surprised. When Banchero went down,
impressive.
I thought it was over for them. I'm not going to even lie like, there go that season for them. You know what I'm saying? They're going to fall to the bottom. I knew it was coming. You know what I'm saying? Because I thought they were like one of the dark horse teams this year. But the damn defense, they play defense. Now, you talk about a team that play defense. They give up 103 points a game, best in the NBA. And the offense has fallen off without Banchero because they're like in the 20s in offense. So, but to me, that's impressive. The way, I keep forgetting the coach name, but he got them playing defense every night. I've watched them by 5 or 6 times now. The one thing you can count on with them, they're going to play hard every damn night. Unlike the Lakers, who I was watching the damn thing the other night, and the boy caught the ball under the rim and was like, damn, and then kicked it out, which, again, that's another whole issue why he kicked the damn ball out by just standing there. But they play D is my point, man, and they haven't fallen off. So to me, they're one of the biggest surprises for me, the fact that this young team with all these young players, the Wagner boys, and Suggs, who I thought he was a bust. I ain't gonna even lie. Going into like that second year, I was kind of like, they might have made a mistake with him. He's solid. He's a solid combo kind of guard. You know what I'm saying?
He's a great on-ball defender.
And he can play defense.
The problem is his inconsistent offensive end.
He can't shoot at all. You know what I'm saying? But he ever get a shot, you know what I'm saying? And your boy, old boy son, he falling off a little bit. Cole. Yeah. Yeah, so he's falling off a little bit. They need him to really get it back together. But I like this young team. You know what I'm saying? I think they got staying power. I know you said you think Houston gonna fall. I think Orlando could stay there because they play defense.
Where are they again?
Right now they're 16-8.
And what seed?
Which would put them third, I want to say. Third.
Yeah. Boston,
now, will they say 3? No, but I think they can stay out of the play-in is what I'm saying. I don't think they're...
this year.
This year I don't think they'll fall to the play-in. You know what I'm saying? I think they'll be between 4 and 5. they'll be 4 or 5, right there with the Knicks and
Surprisingly, a lot of teams that are mid as hell.
mid-ass teams. Yep, a lot of mid. Miami, mid. Indiana, below mid. Chicago, kind of mid. Bucks, mid.
I told y'all, man. I think Jimmy Butler is
Knicks getting themselves out of that mid range. You know what I'm saying?
The
They
Knicks
starting to play ball. I told
Knicks
you.
coming on. The only
I
problem
told
with them is they can't.
we told you,
We told
sir.
you that.
Hold up.
Yeah.
We told you, sir.
They still not a threat to Boston.
Okay.
The only problem with them, it's 2 problems.
But the minutes.
Number 1, Thibodeau. Number 2, your boy Bridges. Mikal Bridges can't find his offensive.
Yeah, he can't. But he not that option like that no more, like he was in New Jersey.
Right.
He's not the number 1 option. So he's trying to find his way now, being a third wheel. You know what I'm saying?
Well, he knows that role because that's what he was in Phoenix.
But for the last few years,
He been,
think about mentally though.
should be
Think
better.
about mentally what you have to go through. Now I went to star level. Now I got to fall back
yeah,
in now.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
First option, second
There's
option.
no way he ever thought of himself as a
You
star.
crazy.
Number 1, never.
You
That never happened.
crazy.
And number
You
2,
crazy.
he has not found his shot.
Then you're underestimating the ego of a professional athlete.
No,
then.
he never thought it.
Nah,
There's
you
no
crazy.
way he thought
You
thought
crazy.
of himself as a
When
star.
he got to averaging
No
22 points a game, you
way.
crazy. You crazy.
Nope.
And now he getting 10, 12 shots a game. I don't care what you say. That's messing with him mentally.
I'm sure he was trying to get somebody to come and be a
He'll
lead
find it
dog.
by January.
He'll find it. By the time they need him to find it.
I
And
don't
he
care
still
what he
plays
finds.
defense, which is my thing. He still plays defense.
I don't care what they listen. Their defense is falling
Yeah.
off. They're not one of the top tier defensive teams.
They've
this
picked
year.
it back up. They
their
started out
defense is
falling off.
Right. They're 9th. So they ain't fall. They haven't
ain't
fallen
fall
that far.
too far.
They didn't fall that damn far. They didn't fall, and that's trying to integrate
I told you they coming
lackluster defense.
Listen, I promise y'all, ain't nobody worried about them by the time
Nah,
the playoffs.
don't be worried.
Don't be
By the
worried. They
time
don't have
we
to be
get- By
worried.
the time we get deep in the playoffs, somebody gonna be too banged up
You
to
ain't
play.
gotta be scared to get your head bust.
And when you posted that last night, maybe I just thought about to go. I said, let me go look at Jordan. 3 years in a row, he averaged over 40 minutes a game. Play basketball.
that's-
basketball players play basketball.
Hey, you
so
talk-
I
you
just think
talking
people
about-
need to stop using. You can't say we want these dudes to
Hey,
play, and then when the
then
dude
get
play them,
mad, yeah.
damn it, he playing them too much. Damn, make up your mind. Either you want these dudes to play basketball or not. Which one is it?
It's a huge difference from playing 40 minutes to 47. 47 minutes is one.
You
minute
circle
off
one of the
whole
dudes that had
game.
40 minutes. Ananobi had 40 minutes. You had it circled.
You know why? Because Anunoby was one of the dudes that was hurt and couldn't finish the season.
If he
last year.
healthy,
he don't
he can
never
play.
need to play 40 minutes
Oh,
this
come
year.
on, dog.
He don't never.
So
need
now-
to
You gotta
play
get his
40
body
minutes.
accustomed to it, and so
Right.
he's just gonna be
Right.
The game-
able to
listen,
adjust in the
listen.
playoffs.
Bro, they were playing the Hornets. They were blowing the shit out of them. There was
Now you with load management.
Hold up. He rested. No, when you up, that's what load management is supposed to be. Pippen and Gary Payton told you that. Load management was we already had the game won, so we sitting on the bench. That's load management to them. He
But
did that
nowadays you
last
can't-
night. He
nowadays
sat
you
down.
really
Chris
can't do
Point,
that.
the game ain't over.
He sat down.
15 points ain't safe.
No.
It wasn't no 15.
Back in the day, 15 points was safe. as
It's
fuck.
over. If we up 15
I
with
don't
12
know.
minutes left,
I don't
the
know.
game over.
The game over.
I
It's
don't
a wrap.
I don't know what they. I don't remember what they were up by, but they were killing them, and it wasn't no coming back. Which is why he sat Brunson and played McBride 28 minutes, and he sat Cat. Smart, but he did. But why? If you gonna sit them, why not sit the other two players? Especially OG coming off an injury from last year where he couldn't finish the season. You don't play that man 40 minutes. That's crazy. Tibbs is crazy. He is absolutely crazy. There's
I'm
something
all right,
wrong
but
with
if
that.
you're healthy, you get paid to play basketball. Play basketball.
And now that we said all that, I forgot my other point.
But let's switch it around. So we got with the pleasant surprises. Let's go to the disappointing ass teams. G, most disappointing so far.
Man, you know
Stock
who
down.
You know who I'm gonna go with? The team I chose to
Yes, you did.
compete.
Yes, you did.
Win the East.
Yes, you did.
Keep
They-
on picking this team.
they-
Keep following this team.
Injuries, of course, are killing them.
Killing them.
But what's most?
But you knew that when you picked them.
What's most? I did, but I felt like with what I'm saying, it's just unfortunate that it not only is Paul George been hurt, but Tyrese Maxey too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
that
saying?
was a blow.
So that
Yeah, because he out there playing hard as hell.
What's most disheartening though is what came out of a few weeks ago, where Maxey had the goddamn call out Embiid about being on time and being a professional at all times. So, it just I don't know.
That wasn't surprising. Was that surprising to anybody? Definitely
That's
wasn't
surprising
to me.
That's surprising to me.
Oh,
it never that had never came out.
Yeah, I was nobody had never said he wasn't professional.
Hold on.
Go back to the beginning of his career when they had to fucking
in the beginning of his career he was injured.
When he started playing, they had to monitor his room service ordering because the motherfucker was eating everything up off the room service menu. Hamburgers, ice cream, something else he admitted to that he loved, BT or whatever.
He ain't the only player that dealt with that, man.
So that right there, that's why it didn't surprise me. He would never get his weight under control, would never eat right. The dude said his pregame meal was 2 hamburgers or some shit like that or whatever for a long time. He's always late to the party. He's all the things that would keep him as a superstar and that would allow him to actually be a threat to win a title. He's late to the party to do. So as long as you was late entering the league, 2 years, they made you sit down before you actually play. Now you hurt every year, and then when you get to the playoffs, you ass. So keep rooting for him. I like when people
I need to see at least 2 win streaks by January.
They got to get it together soon.
They got to have at least 2 win streaks.
I mean, long ones too. 10 games, 8 games, right?
Y'all was talking
by January.
Y'all was talking about y'all was talking about a healthy Bucks team that wasn't gonna do shit. No, this team ain't gonna do shit. You can't go deep. You can't make the playoffs and be deep in the playoffs when your star player ain't playing back to back. Get the fuck out of here. Not gonna happen.
Yeah, if they don't get the 2 win streaks by January, I feel like they need to go ahead and tank. They got a good rookie already, Jared McCain.
Damn, talking about tanking. Oh, geez.
How y'all like Jared McCain? How y'all like Jared McCain for the Rookie of the Year? Because that's what he finna be, the Rookie of the Year.
Why you throwing your wrist like that? Why you breaking your wrist like that, man?
Ain't that what? That don't mean nothing to y'all with Jared McCain?
I don't know nothing about all that now.
Oh, okay. All right.
Oh shit, I didn't know.
Y'all check him out on TikTok. Check him out.
Oh. He done put on some ass chaps.
Check him.
It ain't affecting.
That boy giving out all the feminine energy he can.
It ain't affecting.
Hey, to each his own.
It ain't affecting cat.
He putting out all the feminine
energy. And it's jokes, people.
Can.
Don't put no crazy shit in the comments on YouTube. It's just
breaking
jokes.
Your wrist like that,
it's
man.
just
you ain't got no problem with Debo broke wrist self. Y'all live in the city of broke wristed folks.
Hey man,
y'all play in the city of broke wristed folks. Yeah. It ain't affecting them.
Who you got, Jerry? Disappointing.
Good segue. Good segue, dog. I gotta go with them Denver Nuggets. The Denver Nuggets. It's disappointing that they are this far down in the standings, and when I say this far, I think they are 9th.
The creamy Nuggets of Denver.
I think they are 9th in the standings, if I'm not mistaken. 8th. So they're in the AC, and there's some reasons for that. Of course, Joker is balling out of his mind as usual. Jamal Murray, where is he? There's something wrong with that cat that they are not putting out. We saw it in the Olympics. He was doing absolutely nothing for the Canadian team in the Olympics, and he's not helping this team that much this year. They dismantled that team after the championship year because of their cheap owner not wanting to fork out money. They let Brucey B go, and that's hurt them ever since. They have no depth. Coming into this season, you had your boy Porter, who was struggling. He's starting to come along now because they really, really need him. If they can get him to play to almost an all-star level, then that will help because Brown, the white boy, is starting to ball. I like him. He's a fearless player. He got to get his shot together.
Yeah.
No shot.
None. He bring the energy every night, though.
But having Murray not be himself and having no depth,
he hadn't elevated at all for real since that one big year where they in the playoffs or what. He hadn't really taken that next step like people thought he would.
Caldwell Pope unexpectedly left the team and went and got that money from
let Brown go.
The owner, he wasn't expecting to get. They didn't offer him the money he wanted.
Let
so
Bruce Brown go.
Yeah, Caldwell has made up in his mind. He going for the bag every year. If he got a contract up, whoever paying him the most, he going. And I can't blame him. He's that type of player. So they could have used him on this team, but yeah, they got a lot of questions to answer. But until that owner opens up that checkbook, I don't see them. I don't see them actually being a threat to win a title. Like Charles Barkley said, they shouldn't be wasting this generational player's career by not giving him the weapons that he needs.
You see them being able to move up the stand in.
I think they'll. I see them getting as high as they can get to that 5 or 6 rank. Because Golden State and the Clippers are definitely. Listen, if James Harden is your best player at this point in his career, man,
you got problems.
Problems.
And they had, like I told y'all last night, I saw Mo Bamba out there playing center for the Clippers. Man, that's sad.
What's old boy hurt? Zubac.
I'm not sure. I thought he was just filling in minutes because Zubac was dunking all over somebody the other night. So I don't know if he got hurt.
I don't know, man. But for me, it's got to be Minnesota, man. I told y'all.
They traded the wrong bid, didn't they?
I told y'all. You should have got rid of Gobert if you're going to get rid of somebody. I just think I would have run it back with the same team one more time. With hopefully an elevated Ant. I would have tried, because now it looks like he's taking a step back and shooting all these damn threes and Julius Randle. I'm sorry. I know y'all like him. He's a nice little player.
I never liked him.
To me, he's not a winning player.
But I think
you're not gonna be able to win with him.
He doesn't know how to play winning ball.
His style, to me, it limits Ant a little bit. You know what I'm saying? The way he plays basketball. Again, I'm not a pro. It's just a fan watching. You know what I'm saying? And watching them, they look disjointed now to me. Where last year, with the way they did it, it looked more like they had a flow to what they were doing.
Had a hierarchy of
who taking shots win. You know what I'm saying? And now it's like he don't get his shots. He like, oh, I'm just gonna hog the ball. I'm gonna get this shot. You know what I'm saying? Right. And I'm not saying he's a black, because he is. When you can put up 18 and 10, every year, you're a good NBA player. But it's not conducive to winning on this team.
Yeah.
I don't see them being able to make a run up these standings. They're going to be in the play-in. I think they've got too much talent not to make the play-in. They're a play-in team with Julius Randle. I'm sorry. They're a play-in team.
I listened to some writers on a podcast last night, and they said that one of the issues with Minnesota is they came into this season thinking they had already arrived because of their success last year, and everything from training camp to preseason all the way up until now, they are just now realizing that they ain't there. Then you add on the fact that Conley missed a couple of games,
right,
in there, and so the chemistry wasn't able to get there. So I think they'll raise above. What's the play in? 7, 8, 9, 10?
Play in is 7 through 10. 7 and 8.
10.
Yeah, they'll be.
They play
that one in. Right.
They'll be a play.
Whoever win 9 and 10, play the loser.
They'll be playing.
Yeah, it's a play. They're a play-in team at this point. You know what I'm saying? Which I hate that. You know what I'm saying? Because I thought they would be much better. I would like to know the rationale behind the Cat trade, and I haven't been able to find anything on it. Like, what's the thought process in bringing Julius Randle over Cat? Like, what were you thinking? I kind of want to know, and I don't know why they did it.
Well,
is it just money?
Some of it had to be money. Rudy, and they probably trying to some kind of way get some of the picks back from the Rudy trade, because they traded a whole lot to get Rudy. So it's probably some front office stuff that's got to be worked out and that they're trying to get back. But I thought Randall would be better than this. I knew he would hurt them defensively. Cat will get
and their defense
one or
still
two
all
blocks,
right.
you know what I'm saying, in a game. But
Now, the one thing I read is that they gave Cat because to not give up him, they would have had to give up Naj Reed and Alexander Walker.
That's too many.
And they weren't
They
willing to
wanted
do
that
it.
depth.
And they wanted to keep the depth. Now, that's one thing I did read. Now, I guess that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? But if that was the case, I just wouldn't have done the trade.
And holding on to Alexander Walker don't really make no damn sense.
I'm just
I can see you wanting to keep Naj Reed as he was 6 man of the year. But if you had a choice to give up Naj Reed over Cat, I would, if I was gonna trade anybody, I would have tried to trade Gobert. I wouldn't have traded.
Me too. I would have too, but
even though but then again,
does he have a lot of value at this point?
You had the issue of his playoff play, and then he and Gobert. They both were playoff issues, so I guess you can't win for losing in that.
Yeah. So we'll see, man. Like I said, we're about a quarter of the way through the season, man. So we'll find out.
Landscape is changing.
We'll find out. We'll see. But last topic, fellas. The LA Lakers. The recent struggles.
Going there?
Oh, yeah, we going there. The recent struggles.
La La Land.
Gee, I'll start with you since it's your boy team. Mm-hmm. Who fault is it?
Who
you putting it on? Give me a percentage pie.
Percentage pie got to go LeBron at about 45%. I got to go the injuries for the remaining 55%. I can go 50-50. I can go 50-50. But why are you breathing so hard?
Okay, go ahead.
I mean, because if you look at the roster makeup, we already said that the roster I said that the Bucks and the Lakers have roster issues. They have no way to improve their roster, right? The Lakers, from an injury standpoint, need somebody else to be able to defend on the wing. And their best defender has been injured. He only played 26 games over the last 2 seasons, or a year and a half, as it stands right now. D'Angelo Russell is what he is. He's, you know what I'm saying? He shot the ball much better last year, but we knew what we had. They put him on a bench, which I think was a good move. You know what I'm saying? Because, defensively, he's a liability. Now with the injury to Austin Reeves, Gabe Vincent not being able to be playable for long stretches of minutes, and then LeBron being ineffective at what he does, which he's never been an inefficient scorer, that has contributed to their recent slide.
Jerry, you co-sign that?
Well, hell no.
50-50 on
No. But good man. He named LeBron first, so
he did.
You got to start there. Especially when the man is the GM and all that type of stuff. So, I do want to ask, what's these injuries you're talking about? So, Christian Wood, who hadn't played all year, who hadn't played since last year.
Not an injury?
Well, he didn't finish the season last year,
but he started the season, which is what y'all like to go to the.
But he didn't play the game this year. I don't know if Vanderbilt. You mentioned him, so I won't mention him. Reeves just recently got hurt. He's missed
4 games.
4 games?
He's missed the last 4 games.
Okay, I missed that. Brandon James on the injury report. How much is
get
that
out
hurt?
Of here, man.
He is. I'm looking at it right now. Brandon James
are we being
got a heel injury.
Man.
Jackson Hayes, who's been out since one of the early games, he been out, but he wasn't in the rotation no goddamn way.
Yes, he was.
No, he wasn't. That nigga didn't play.
All right, pull up the minutes that he played versus Koloko and the Traore.
So, you were right. We'll start with Bron.
Thank you. I'm always right. I told y'all before.
Bron put this team together. So we'll start there. I can't put. It's hard for me to put Pelinka at fault when Bron and Clutch are telling him what to do. He's just following.
Hold on, are we talking because the Lakers are 12-10 right now. So I mean, what we just gonna just destroy the whole season? What we bringing Pelinka into it for?
I said I'm not going
okay.
to.
I said, what we
See?
bringing
I said
Pelinka
I'm
in
not
for?
going to. And then if I'm gonna go the rest of the way, then I'm gonna go straight to second. I'm gonna go straight to Anthony Davis for not being the best player he could be. And if Bron feel like he ain't got it, then he
Anthony
takes the
Davis
same.
been an MVP
Anthony
caliber
Davis,
player.
Anthony Davis takes the same. Want to take the same night off that Bron take off, and you can't do that. If you the best player, then be the best player. Is this his team?
He had
or is
one
it not his
game
team?
against the Heat that he kind of
Is
folded.
it his team or is it not his team?
It's supposed to be his team.
Oh, okay. So we hadn't got that cleared out. We still talking about supposed to. The Lakers are a fucking mess, and I told you that they would be the same team they were last year, and it's playing out that
Ain't
way.
worse.
They'll be a play-in team ASAP.
I said at the beginning of the season they may not be a play-in team. Because
I don't remember that, but okay.
Go back and pull the tape. And there's something I said when we was talking about it, I said they may not even make the play-in. I said that. I said, and then I didn't go to record. I went to when y'all keep trying to throw darts.
But you was beating your chest last week.
No, because of how well they were playing.
Right. And we told you it was fool's gold.
Talking about when how many games in?
Yeah.
About 4 games.
I think you said that was fool's gold, but
it was
you
11 games in.
get white boy his flowers. Get white boy his flowers.
Y'all
Give him his praise. Looking like Steve Nash in his bitch. Out here looking like Steve Nash in his bitch. Right. Don't look at now. Hey, Jared. Jared. Now it's like
they the only team that get beat.
now it's like no. Put JJ over here in the glass house. Don't touch JJ. Don't talk about JJ.
Okay,
fuck JJ.
You can talk about JJ. What are you gonna say? What has he done that you can say is the reason why they 12-10?
I can tell you. I'm gonna tell you.
Tell me.
It's just like I said when they put this team is not going to respect a JJ Redick coming in off the street coaching them.
When shit goes bad.
It's just not
everybody on that team knows this is a LeBron hire.
When I said
because he your buddy. He used LeBron to get a job.
When we said this in the offseason, we've seen other players do this. Jason Kidd did. Mark Jackson did. Well, you talking about
a player on the team didn't use them to do that.
You talking about a Jason Kidd who was a generational player, multi-time All-Star. You talking about Mark Jackson who was a floor leader, point guard. Those type of players usually make good coaches. There's a ton of them.
But they were picked by executives. They weren't picked by a player on the damn team.
And he was a former All-Star. And like he just said, wasn't picked. They were chosen by executives to run teams. You could throw Steve Kerr in there too if you want to. You tried to, but he was in the front office before he actually got on the bench. So when I said it was unprecedented for some jump around player who's never been an all-star, who's never been the best player on a team, who's never been a point guard on a team in this league, been an undersized 3-point shooter for his whole life, and all of a sudden he want to come in, do a podcast with Bron, and got selected to be the coach.
And see, to me, the first part of what you said is the biggest issue for me when shit starts to go bad. I want to see if it unravels all the way. Because the other players on that team, maybe other than AD, because that's LeBron boy, gonna be like, this your motherfucking dude. We didn't think his plan was the right plan anyway. Will he be able to get them back? Is going to be my question. I know LeBron, he already came out for him and ain't got none of it on JJ. Okay. And I expect AD to do the same shit.
He got to do that the rest of the way.
But will the other dudes do that if things keep going bad? That's what I want to see if he can overcome. I'm not killing him at this point.
What did the other dudes do for Darvin Ham when he got? Did they come out? Did you hear any vocal? Did you hear anything?
What I'm talking about.
We don't like that.
What I'm talking about is the play, G. Will they respond to him when he's trying to get them to go play again?
Well, that's something that
when shit starts going. Exactly, and that's what I said. Time will tell on this. You know what I'm saying? Time is going to tell on this. I think it's going to unravel real quick. I really do. I think from here it only gets worse unless Pelinka can do something. I don't know what he can do with this roster. They ain't got nothing to give nobody. Don't nobody want D-Lo.
Nope.
it seemed like they want to keep Austin Reeves, which I think Austin Reeves is a nice little player.
You signed your.
I'm not sure. This pretty much is their team.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm with G. I don't remember him saying it, but if he did say it, I agree. They may not even make the play-in. And if so, they could be 10 or 9. They're a bottom rung team in the West.
I see
to me.
I see them
That's
being the
what I
same
think.
type of playing team that they've been the last couple of years. So that's where they'll fall. And like I said, it's just,
And this vision that JJ had, and he came in with a clear vision. Well, let me see it.
You just know that there's players on this team that go home thinking like, God damn, JJ Redick is our coach.
And he knew what this team was, so I don't give him them excuses. When he took the job, he knew what the roster was.
Well,
he knew exactly what it was. He told them he could win with this roster.
His arrogance and LeBron's arrogance.
Yep. Combined.
Just thought you would be an easier
I'd rather deal with you.
I can come in
right.
and coach better than Darvin Ham.
You got me. You got me. We'll make it work. You got me. We'll make it work.
Yep. Just do what I tell you.
What happened if me start to fall off?
And for him to sign up, that's just even more arrogant. For him to sign up for the oldest version of LeBron possible. You so arrogant. You thinking you can come in and get wins with this team with this old ass LeBron.
Now, can he? If AD gonna play the way he was playing, but who thought that was gonna continue for a whole season? Like nobody.
AD wanted.
We all know he gonna fall awkward one time.
AD want to sprain.
No, I'm saying, but it's coming though. He gonna fall awkward and
he ain't played, but really one bad game. Y'all acting like AD
no. That's not even. I didn't even say nothing about bad play. I said if AD continues to play the way he was playing earlier, they can do something. I agree with that, but I believe it's just inevitable. He's gonna hit the ground hard one time. A wrist gonna get fucked up. Ankle gonna get something, and he gonna be out. I just don't believe he can keep it up.
And the biggest problem on the court is defense.
Yeah, they got no wing defender.
They can't defend anybody.
No wing defenders.
This is true.
Yeah,
that's
no
why
wing.
I say the injuries
ain't no wing defenders.
Because had needing Jared Vanderbilt to play games and then needing
their best two defenders were AD, number one, and then you looking at Vanderbilt and Reddish.
Yeah. And LeBron defense at this point, this ain't no shot. It's poor at this point.
It is.
It's not very good. But he's 40. I give him a pass on that.
That dude is trying to stay as close to the paint.
Yeah, I give him a pass on that. The nigga been 22 years. I mean, shit, I give him a pass on that.
Direction. He ain't trying to help defense.
And that's where I give part of the blame to Pelinka. I gotta put him in it. Everybody see this roster flawed. Again, it's seemed like the second year in a row we said the same shit. The roster flawed.
I don't
well, except you didn't
flawed.
last year.
It wasn't flawed.
I did.
It's flawed because of injuries. It's flawed because of injuries.
It's flawed. Make a bill too, dog.
There are some holes there. You know what I'm saying? But you got to have some wing defenders in this league. You got to have people that can play on the wing. I don't think it's necessarily flawed. I think they're missing one piece from a point guard.
Vanderbilt. I thought you were saying Vanderbilt make that big a difference?
They need Vanderbilt from a wing defense.
Rotational piece.
They need him there. If he's not going to play, then they need a whole bunch of pieces because he can make up a lot as far as what they can do from a defense on the wings. They don't have a point guard that they can really rely on because they have to play Austin Reeves in spots to bring the ball up, and then they let LeBron facilitate once they get it half court. You know what I'm saying?
Because they can't start D'Lo because D'Lo is gonna be trash on defense.
He trash on defense, and he been trash on offense.
Both.
He can't hit. He's not shooting well. You know what I'm saying? He's turning the ball over.
12 points a game.
He doesn't have the same confidence
now.
They can't even trade him now.
So that's a
got no value, dog.
So that's a fail on JJ Redick's part for having to bench him or choosing to bench him. His at least his offensive numbers were better when he was starting.
But they was giving up, and they was giving up way too many points, and he offensively wasn't bringing that much. I mean, him starting didn't do it. The drop off ain't that big. You know what I'm saying? His shot percentage and effectiveness isn't falling off just because he's on the bench.
I think
it's
they were
been bad the whole
they
time.
were hoping he was going to opt out after last year when he opted into his contract. That
What
I
they
think
fucked
they
up at was when they didn't. They should have just kept Schroeder. They should have kept Schroeder and let D'Lo ride.
But he had a player option.
Now I'm talking about before last year.
Oh, time before last year. Okay,
Yeah, this was 2 years ago when they
signed that 2 year 36. Yeah,
when they got Schroeder back.
Yeah,
somehow they was able to get Schroeder back.
I agree.
And they got D'Lo too, and D'Lo played well up until the Denver series.
Yeah,
they should have kept Schroeder.
I don't know, man. We'll see. Like I said, we'll see what happens with him, man. But my guess, if I had to guess, though, is it's going to spiral.
Well,
that's my guess.
You go back to listen to Bron. Bron said that Bronny was better than a lot of the players on his team and in the league, so why not try Bronny? Oh, he hurt. My bad.
Yeah, season keep going like this, then hell, they may as well. If it spiraled the way I think it might, we may see him.
How you get hurt and you ain't playing? How you get hurt? He ain't even playing in the D League, in the G League. How you get hurt?
Well, that's our show for today, folks. Thank y'all for joining us with Trash Talking with the Old Heads. We appreciate the support for me, Dante, Greg, Jerry, Soldier Boy. Please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button if you're on YouTube, or check out our Facebook page, Trash Talking with the Old Heads. Hey, send a join request. We'd be more than happy to have you on that page. Trash Talking with the Old Heads. Hit us with the comments. We'll definitely respond. Appreciate the support, and we out.
Roll Tide.
Roll Clemson.